Hello and welcome. And in this video, I'm talking about how to sell 3 times more coaching offers in 30 days. If you haven't come across me before, my name's Leon Street. Now, I'm going to open up the opportunity for you guys to ask questions as well, because it's more a discussion, but I have got some content pre-prepared as well to talk you through. And the discussion really is, how can we accelerate the results that we're trying to achieve in our coaching business? So if you're a business coach, life coach, transformation coach, career or leadership coach, or any of the above, this is for you. So we're going to break down the different strategies that you can employ in order to take your coaching business to the next level. Now, quite often, the reason why we're in this situation where we're looking to sell more is because we're faced with challenges. We're frustrated with either organic marketing, paid ads. Maybe our conversion mechanisms like webinars or challenges aren't converting as well. Maybe our content isn't converting well with organic and paid. And the other thing is, when it comes to selling, we find that we're actually, not as confident. We're not sure whether or not our offers are, strong and can actually sell. And whether you're an established coach or whether you're fairly new to the game, the key is to make sure you've got the right strategy depending on the right level that you're at the moment. Now, whether you're under 5k or whether you're doing something like 5 to 30k, there are different strategies you're going to be faced with, and there's going to be different challenges. So what I'm going to use this discussion for really is just to pick up on some of the things that you can use, especially if you're more of an established coach, what you can implement right now to increase and sell 3 times more coaching offers in the next 30 days. Now, let me get into some of the things that I've prepared for you. So you can probably see on the screen, I want to look at, I think we've got about 5 key areas, if I remember rightly, what I've prepared. So the first one is organic marketing. Now, if you're not familiar with the term, organic marketing is very simple. It means the marketing that you can do where you have to trade your time. It's not the kind of marketing you do when you run paid ads. What I mean by that, trading your time, is that imagine you create content, articles, posts, and you distribute them online. So whether you put them into places like your Facebook profile, Instagram, TikTok videos, YouTube, all that kind of stuff, that's classed as organic marketing. Now, a lot of that is going to come down to 2 things: how good your content is and how well you build your audience. Now, how does this affect what you're going to sell in the next 30 days? Well, if your content isn't engaging, 2 things are going to happen. One, you're going to get frustrated with the fact that you're taking the time to develop content, but you're not getting engagement and you're not getting people sliding into your DMs. And this can be a big challenge, right? And the other thing is, when that happens, you can lose motivation. And what happens, you start looking at other ways. So you start getting off track and you're like, let me try this thing over here. Let me do this thing. And what I've found in all the years that I've been running my business, as well as other businesses, marketing agency and so on, the consistency piece is the key. It trumps everything else. But as you're going along, you've got to pay attention to the results that you are getting. And what I mean by that is, if things aren't going in the right direction, yes, something has to change. So what I've found, the things that work really well when it comes to organic marketing, is weekly and daily schedules to know what you're posting out. Now, if you guys need a bit of assistance with this, I have got a free guide and training video that I cover organic marketing with. It's called the 6-week content rhythm method. The 6-week content rhythm method is basically how you can set up a 6-week schedule of producing content organically that gets you leads. And it focuses on different types of content so that you can persuade more people to take up your offers. Now, if this is making sense, guys, or you want to ask any questions, please remember, just drop a question in the comments. If there's anything specific you want me to cover, I'm more than happy to do that. I've got about 25 minutes to go before I need to jump on a coaching call. But so I thought I'd just jump on and give you some value right now. So as I said, weekly and daily schedule. If you want the 6-week content rhythm method, just type the word 6-week underneath this video and me and one of my team will reach out to you and send you the free download. The other thing is consistency and discipline. When you don't feel in the game and when your results aren't going as well as you want them to be, you could be doing like 10K, 20K, 30K a month, but you just don't feel like you're moving in the direction of where you want things to go. You can get frustrated at different levels. You can get frustrated at 5K months, 20K months, 50K months, right? I've even done 6-figure months and I've done it consecutively. And there's even times when you're really winning, and then something changes, something happens, right? And maybe it's because your strategy hasn't been consistent. Maybe you've lacked some discipline in one specific area. And when it comes to organic marketing, these things are super important. because eventually it's going to come back to motivation, right? And I've come across many instances with coaches where, oh, Leon, I haven't got as many likes on my post or on my article as I thought I would, or as I would usually get. And what has happened is it affects a person's motivation. And one of the things I'd say to you is that, remember, when you're marketing your business, you're not marketing a business just chasing cash. You're marketing a business that provides solutions to people with a problem that you can help them to fix. And when you shift your mindset to being a solution provider, you start to have more accountability in you showing up. Because if you don't show up, people don't get access to your content and they don't know that you exist and that you can help them solve their problem. And so one of the big things in terms of motivation that I kind of take on the mindset and the mantra when I'm publishing content and being consistent is to know that what I'm putting out is going to change people's circumstances. It's going to help people. It's going to make a difference in this world. It's going to create ripples, and people are going to be able to create more money, grow their business, affect their family, their community, and so many other great benefits, hidden benefits that we don't all see. And what I'd say to you is, if you are currently challenged with your organic marketing, or it's limited, you're kind of at a ceiling, is stay focused, because motivation is temporary. And there's a great quote from Zig Ziglar. I can't remember exactly word for word, but what he says is that yes, motivation doesn't last, and that's why I recommend it daily, like taking a bath. And that's really what you've got to do, guys. Marketing is a daily activity focus. And if you have the advantage of having VAs or team members that you are delegating things to, obviously you've got a bit more leverage with your marketing, but you still got to stay focused. One of the key things to pay attention to when it comes to your content structure, though, with what you post, is to understand the difference between short form content, long form content. On the screen right now, you can see on the right hand side an example of a short form piece of content. Is called a hand raising post, or some people call it a two-step post. And so if you do have things like lead magnets, you've got valuable resources that you give away to your audience, you can offer those things and see who's interested. And the importance of this is, what you want to do is test your audience, because as you're putting content out, your goal is to grow your audience, not just to commit to putting content out, but it's to grow your audience. So it means connecting with people, whether it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Your goal is to grow the audience as well as put content out. Now, by understanding the difference between short form and long form content will give you an advantage to understand, what do your audience respond to? Because if you don't understand what your audience respond to, you'll be forever working on things and putting your time into things and going nowhere fast. The other thing is videos. So what kind of content could you put out? Obviously, the most popular pieces of content right now are video. You've only got to look at places like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and Instagram Reels to understand where attention is right now. And so if you're not currently doing video, maybe that's an area you've got to step into. Or maybe if you're doing video, but you're not doing as much as you could, maybe that's something that you've got to turn up the volume on and produce more. So the one thing I'd say with your organic marketing is to pay attention to, and I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Pay attention to speaking in the language of where your audience is right now, meaning their scenarios, their situations, because that will help you create more connection, more empathy, and that will capture your audience's attention, especially knowing that you're a subject specialist or an authority. The other thing that you should pay attention to is, rather than directly selling and saying, hey, my coaching program fixes this, or my method fixes this, what you want to do is simply speak to them, speak to your audience, whether it is in video, whether it's written content, in a way that people understand that you understand where they are. Like, everybody knows when an offer is being put in front of them, right? We've all grown up with social media and the internet, so we're used to this stuff. So there's no point in just trying to sell directly. What we want to do is provide a lot of value up front, but making sure that we do have a call to action. The call to action could be, hey, if you'd like to get access to one of my free guides or free training videos that shows you, the next steps in solving this problem, or if you'd like to book in for a strategy or discovery call, make sure you've got your call to actions, guys. And we'll get on to more of those in a minute. So that's organic marketing. If there's anything unclear, guys, remember, just drop a comment below this video and I'll come back to your comment and I'll make sure I respond individually to each person. So moving forward, I've got an example for you. Do you want to speed things up? Here's an example of how to write an article with AI. Now, the cool thing about this is, let me see if I can I'm going to take my camera off the screen. Take a print screen of this, guys, if you can. This is an example of an instruction that I gave to AI to write me an 800-word article. And the cool thing about this is that I was able to give it a specific structure that I use when it comes to writing long form content. And then AI was able to give me this output here, where it had actually set out the headers, the formatting, and all the other things. And this all came from AI. So I'm giving you this if you're looking for another way to kind of speed up the process of content. Just seen a content from Jen. If you're not loud or brash, how do we carve a corner of the market with a solution that will also attract the right audience and ensure that they are responding to join and not just liking because they're asked? So it's a great question, actually, Jen. The thing with being loud and brash is your perception of loud and brash. If you're creating content that meets people in the scenarios that they're currently faced with, the frustrations, the fears, the desires, the aspirations, and it connects, whereby your content talks about the emotions and the things that they're experiencing internally, externally in their environment, that's how you carve out your corner. Loud and brash doesn't mean that you win in marketing. Loud and brash is just one strand of, let's say one string of, a bow. And so every opportunity that you have when it comes to marketing, there is a space for every type of voice, whether it's quiet, whether it's to the point, whether it's soft, whether it's connective, whether it's, filled with empathy, whether it is loud, whether it's direct, whether it's dominant, whether it's an influencer, whether it's steady or cautious. All of these types of, let's say, voices have a space in the market. The key, and that's why I said perception a moment ago, is not to have a perception that what you have to say and the way you want to say it has no space. The biggest thing, and I'll come back to what I said a moment ago, which is if you're not consistent, people don't know that you're there consistently. And it's really interesting. But think about social media and think about some of the people that you follow. And what I mean by that is people, they see you, and they look to see you and on a subconscious level, meaning that when they see your content, they're like, that's Jen again, producing great content. I really love her approach. It's very caring, it's very inclusive, and it really hits home to where I am, and it shows me a way to get to where I want to be. Like, that's what you want to focus on, guys. You don't want to focus on what other people are doing, because what you've got to understand is when you look at other people's content as well, guys, yes, they may have a strategy and a structure, but they've also figured out what fits and works for them. And this is the other important ingredient in being consistent. The more consistent you are, the more you drop into what is aligned to who you are. And when it comes to marketing, it might sound a bit woo-woo, but yes, you can have the strategy, but still you've got to inject yourself, your personality, and all the things that you bring, your values, your culture, into your message. And that also is what resonates and attracts and engage people to your content. Here's another example, guys. This one is I'm just going to come back on screen for a second. So this one is a 60-second script. If you're ever thinking about creating videos for TikTok, Instagram Reels, you can take a print screen of this one. So generate a 60-second video script for each topic using the following 3-step structure. So if ever you've come across AI is so powerful, but it's limited to the instructions that you give it. So if you don't know what you need AI to produce for you, what it gives you will always be limited. But this is a really great structure that I use for videos, and you can use it, literally copy it, drop it into Chat GPT, and it will produce you video scripts. Like, look at this on the right hand side. That's an example of video scripts that I produced that I was able to record, drop it into CapCut, which is an app you can use, and it has like a teleprompt feature. So as you're recording, you're literally looking at your camera reading, so you don't have to take your eyes off your camera lens on your phone. And there you go, content is produced. Just coming back to another comment. Currently here with COVID and working on getting back in the public eye. My content is always long form, finding it hard to do short form. What I'd say to you is that if you are a long form specialist, try the short form option, and I'll tell you why. Give it a go so that your audience has a feel for it, because quite often we get obsessed with what feels right for me, but we haven't really pushed our comfort zone. We haven't pushed into a place that feels like, actually, I do long form and short form videos. I do long form and short form written content. And what I'm getting to with that is, when we all go through change, guys, there's a point where we're confident and comfortable with what we know, and then we want to go and achieve something new. We go and push into a new area, we learn some new skills, get some new knowledge, or whatever the thing is. And initially it's a bit hard, we have to get used to it, and we're not as confident about it. But over time, through discipline and consistency, you'll find that, oh, actually, this works. And you'd be surprised how many people I've coached over the years where they were swear blind that they only do written content. And I've seen the spark in how they appear on coaching calls. And when I speak and interact with them, I'm like, you need to be on video. They've gone and done video and they've just like crushed it, like been really cool, and their audience love their video. So what I'd say to you is just push yourself out your comfort zone and like set yourself that goal, because if video is popular, meet your audience where they are. If people are consuming more video, give them video. Don't stay stuck with where you are, guys. Right, so there's some examples of AI. Let's move on to the next thing that I want to talk about. Paid ads. So here's another way. If you're at the 5 to 30K per month level, you should already be thinking about ads. You should be testing ads, definitely, if you're doing 10K plus per month. And the reason being, ads is one of the fastest and most scalable ways that you can grow your business. You can also waste a lot of money if you don't have the right strategy. But let me tell you a bit more about ads. Ads can be built off literally a £6 to £7 a day budget, right? So you can spend something like 180 to 250 pounds a month and grow your audience consistently. The key thing about ads is you don't create ads that go straight to offers. And I'll say that again, you don't just create ads that go straight to offers. And people make a lot of mistakes when it comes to creating ads. They create ads and think, I'm just going out to the market and going to get a bunch of people to join me on webinars, join me on challenges, sell my courses, sell my offers. That's not how ads works. And the reason for that is, your audience is still the same audience. So if you think about how you market yourself organically, you put a lot of content out there to show people and give people value. And that's what your ads should do. But a lot of people don't understand this. So if you produce video content, it's one of the fastest and most powerful ways to grow your audience using ads like Facebook ads and YouTube ads. And the cool thing about it is anybody who watches your video ads, they can be targeted, retargeted for an entire year, 365 days in a year. How cool is that? Imagine somebody watching a 1 minute video of yours, a 3 minute video of yours. They watch 25%, they watch 50%, and you are able to target those specific people who watch 25%, 50%, 75%, and then you retarget them with your offers. But the difference is what you've done is give value first. And then now that the person is, in a place where they know you, perhaps like you, even trust you, when they see your offers, they're going to be more open to actually buying from you. And this is the mistake that I see with a lot of coaches. See, building a warm audience through value and retargeting those audience with offers is the key. And regular analysis and knowing the correct KPIs to pay attention to is important. I've got a course that I ran recently, a workshop on running paid ads on Facebook. Guys, if any of you are interested in the replay, I can offer it you for like £21 or something. I think I charge like £50. But if you want the replay access to my Facebook ads course, just let me know. Just put Facebook ads under this video and I'll give you a link that you can get access to it. It's like an hour and 10 minutes with a workbook and all the things that you need to get going with your Facebook ads. There's actually tons of value in the training. Anyway, offers. We're talking about selling 3 times more offers. So then we've got to talk about what, should be in an offer. Now, if you've been under a rock, you probably wouldn't have seen books like $100 million offers from Alex Hormozi. And before him, a lot of gurus and experts and, the original marketing masters came out with a lot of content around creating offers. Now, I have my own take on creating a coaching offer. Some people call it a signature offer. I call it a no-brainer, irresistible offer, because whatever type of offer you put out, whether it's a lead magnet, whether it's a coaching offer or course, whatever it is, it's an offer, right? So the biggest thing for me is that if you want to sell more offers, you need to make sure that you are very clear on what the promise of your offer is. The promise of your offer. Your promise should be a tangible result in a time frame, in a fixed time frame. I'll give you a quick example. One of my coaching programs, Visionary, which is for coaches who are at the 15 to 20K plus per month mark, is to help them to double their revenue in 6 to 12 months. In my other program, Vortex, it's aimed at the coach who's looking to achieve 10 to 15K consistently in 6 months. And so by having a tangible promise, makes your offer more believable. See, the thing is, even with a lot of life coaches, spiritual coaches, I always see a lot of offers where it's not specific, it's not tangible, and the explanation that they give is, it's one of those things that's more spiritual or emotional, and therefore I can't give a tangible, but you can. The challenge that people have is that they just don't spend enough time constructing a real powerful, no-brainer, irresistible offer. One of the other facets of creating a real powerful coaching offer that you could sell for 5 to 25K. I've got clients who've sold coaching offers at 50K and 100,000 plus, is where you create real benefits. And I see a lot of people time and time again create bullet lists, but not benefits when they show their offers. And I've got something coming up for you in a moment and I'll share on screen. The other thing is be clear on what's included, whether people have access to an online course, training, templates, different guides, videos, a community where they can get feedback, also coaching sessions, all those types of things. Make sure you include what's included. And then the other thing is value and price. And I'm going to touch on this a little bit. Value must be stated, otherwise it's on your prospects' own understanding of what they believe the perceived value is. And I'll say this again, whenever you've got an offer, you should state the value clearly. And the reason for that is, if a person doesn't understand the value and they haven't picked it up from the benefits, at the very least, you should be informing your prospect in your offers. And I see it time and time again where people, they have a price, but there is no related value. There is no way for that person to understand what the value of the offer brings. And I'll give you a quick example, guys. Imagine you're selling like a 10K life coaching program. We'll choose that for now. And it's for business owners or executives who are currently earning a personal salary of 100,000 a year. And your coaching program is for people who are stuck, frustrated in life, and they're not going anywhere fast. They're not progressing. You sell it for 10K. But once a person goes through your coaching, you know that it unlocks their emotions, their happiness, fulfillment. Maybe they go on to a promotion in their job. Maybe they just create more happier life moments and experiences with their family and so on. Would you agree that helping somebody to unlock that in their life, it's at least worth £100,000, dollars, or euros to them? I'm sure you would, right? Because to move from a place of frustration, depression, anxiety, stress, shame, guilt, whatever it is they're going through, like that's the worst that we can live in life. Whereas if we're living from a place of peace, love, enlightenment, joy, all of the things that we want, like that's a better place to be. So the point that I'm getting to is when you start to focus on value and you demonstrate the value and say, here's what it's worth you, here's what it's going to give you, here's what it will allow you to do, and then you show the value against the price, there is a clear contrast of showing value for money. And that's where a lot of people go wrong with their offers. They're not showing the value for money because they don't know how to express value. The other thing is risk reversal. Always look at having guarantees. Stacked guarantees are the best. If you want to know more about putting together a better offer, guys, I do have a worksheet on this with a walkthrough video called the NBI offer worksheet. Just comment the word offers below this video and I'll send you a free link to download that and get that free training. So AI, one thing that I've been able to crack recently as well, and I'm developing more around this, is with ChatGPT. I've recently, and that's how you get to ChatGPT, it's chat.openai.com. On ChatGPT 4, I was able to instruct it based on the criteria that I use to construct benefits. And I gave it to ChatGPT to produce me 80-word benefits based on specific features of a coaching program. I did it for myself, I did it for a client, and this is what it gave me. Real powerful benefits. And like, I'm going to read one of them just so you see what I'm talking about. But when I was reading them through, I was like, wow, this is AI giving me back what I would have usually created, and at a really high level. So the first benefit is unlock a future of doubled revenue in 6 months with our lead generation system. Picture your social media buzzing with engaging content, each post a stepping stone towards your financial goals. More than just profit, it's about the pride and security you'll feel seeing your business thrive, bringing peace of mind and the freedom to focus on your passion. So that was a benefit that I asked ChatGPT to come up with for my own coaching program as a test. So that the point that I'm getting to is the more that you can describe exactly what's going on from both the functional, the dimensionalized, and the emotional benefit, the more you win. So that was a prompt, as I said, that I put together. And this is how you create irresistible offers, guys. And this is what will help you to convert more, because ultimately, most of us are probably selling from webinars, booking a call on webinars, or getting people to take offers on webinars. The other thing that you're probably doing is challenges or launches. And all of these things work, guys, but you've got to have a strategy. There is a training that I have for constructing webinars. If anybody is interested as well, I can, make that available for you. Just standalone training. You can go through it. It comes with templates for how to construct your webinar as well. I can put that out there for you guys for £50. Like no brainer stuff I'm talking about. This is the kind of stuff that my clients have access to in our programs. But if any of this will help you to gain more coaching sales in the next 30 days, I'm more than happy to share that with you. So the key thing here is just understand that when you're putting webinars together, challenges together, or launches, your goal is not to sell an offer. Your goal with your audience is to persuade them and get them in a position to believe that buying from you is the next best thing. Yes. And I hope you understand that. Your goal is to persuade that audience, to get them in a place where they believe buying from you is their next best thing, the next best step. And the more you understand that, the more value, and the more you understand that you focus on beliefs and changing beliefs. And that's the key to converting more people to buy from you. When you're just going straight to your prospects with an offer, there is no value. There is no, I understand and I believe that this is going to be the right thing for me. It's just there is an offer, and that's what you want to shift. You want to shift to a place where people believe the next thing you're offering is the best thing for them to do. So finally, we've got a few minutes. I need to jump off, guys. You want to sell more? You need to understand how to do DM prospecting, not cold DMs, but where people have reached out to you, and how to have conversations like the famous book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you don't have a script that you can use and speak to people like a real human being that cares and wants to help them along without being salesy, I do have a script, a free training that you can get from me. Just type the word DM script. It's called my Confirmed by Chat script, and I do have that as a free training with a walkthrough video. And finally, sales calls. If you don't like sales calls, if you're selling a high ticket program, it's usually the fastest way to get sales. The key with sales calls is just having a script that you feel confident with, guys. There are ways to sell without sales calls, but what I can tell you, if you do sales calls, you'll find out what the bottleneck is and the challenges and the objections that your audience are facing faster than not having sales calls, just trying to send people, like a payment link and just speak to them in DMs. Both ways work, but sales calls will give you faster feedback and you will be able to convert more coaching clients much quicker. I do have a script for selling as well. It's called my super qualifier script. And if you guys, again, are challenged with selling, just comment the word sales script underneath this video. I'll reach out to you and give you access to the free training. So guys, those are my fast and quick fire ways to make things happen in the next 30 days. I do have bonuses, as I said. If you want any of the trainings I've mentioned, just let me know and I'll make sure I reach out to you. That's it. My name's Leon Street, and I look forward to helping you grow your coaching business in the next 30 days. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.